You just told me about your experience in Catholic Church.
Oh.
Tell me, what happened?
Let's see. When I was a child, my mother and father sent me to the Catholic Church, and because my father never went to church because my mother was divorced, my mother said she was excommunicated. So my brother and I were both sent to church by ourselves, and we went to we went to what they call catechism on Saturday because we didn't go to Catholic church. So kids who go to public schools go to catechism on Saturday. And that starts when you're 6 years old, and it goes on until you're 14. So you go to your first Holy Communion when you're 6, and then you get bored out of your mind on Saturdays, and the nuns and the lay people run these classes called catechism. And all they teach you in catechism is basically to be sorry. They want you to be guilty. Feel guilty about the Catholic Church, feel guilty about God, and then everything you do, you feel guilty about God, and you go see the priest at confession, and you confess your sins to the priest. And the priest says, well, you did some bad things, you stole, you lied, you did this, you did that. Say prayers. So you go outside and you get on your knees in the church.
Look at me.
You get on your knees in the church, and you pray. And you say, Our Father who art in heaven about 8 times. And then you say, Hail Mary, full of grace, about 10 times. And then you're absolved of your crimes. And then the next week you go back and do it again. And again, and again, and again, and again. And then once, when I was 13, I'm sitting in the confessional, and there was an Irish priest named Father Cummings. And Father Cummings says to me, Young man, do you ever touch your private parts for pleasure?
Are you serious?
I swear to God. And I said, no, Father, I never touched myself. Of course I did. I was 14 years old.
And you called him Father? Is he your father?
You have to call them Father.
Why?
Because that's what they call them. Father so-and-so.
But in the Bible, God is called Father.
Well, the church doesn't look at it that way. The church doesn't want... The Catholic Church does not want you to read the Bible.
They want to
They're not like... The Catholic Church is not like the Lutherans or the Reformists. The Catholic Church does not want you to read the Bible. They want you to listen to everything the priest tells you.
Wow.
And then most of the priests are gay. And a lot of them are child molesters.
Oh my God.
And I didn't realize till I was 40 years old that the priest said to me, do you touch your private parts? I didn't realize it. I just knew, don't tell your parents. So I didn't say anything to my mother and father, but it seemed very strange to me though. And then when they started arresting all these priests, I said, wait a minute. The priest said, did you touch your private parts? If I told him I had, he would have taken me back in the rectory, which is the rectory is where they get dressed and they do their wine and everything else right behind the altar.
Yes.
In the rectory, and that's where they take the boys back to fool around with them. So if I had said yes, he would have said, come with me. Not me. I didn't go with him. No, I'd go home every day from church. When I go home on Sunday from church, we'd steal flowers. We'd find flowers. We'd take my mother a bouquet. We'd take her home from the church. And when I was 16, my brother and I were at church, and my brother went around the parish center in the back, and he finds something laying there, and he says, come here, I want you to see this. He was 14, I was 16, and I said, what did you find? And he finds this thing that looked like a doll. But it wasn't a doll, it was a dead baby.
Are you screaming?
I'm telling you the God's honest truth. It was in the newspapers in Monterey, California. He found a dead baby, which was all decomposed. It had maggots crawling around in its fingers.
Oh my God.
And dogs had gotten to the back of the neck. And the mother left a note for it that said, please give my baby... I want my child to love all children, to love the world. The mother put the baby in the wrong place. She put it behind the parish center, and the priest didn't find it. It died of exposure. So the police were there, and my brother was in the newspaper as being the one who found it. And that was the last time I went to church because I said, I'm never going back to this again. So I never went back to Catholic church except I got married at 19 to a Catholic girl. So we went to Mexico and got married in a Catholic church.
Hey, we need to stop here. It will not finish. When you start telling stories, it lost hours. Where we were going?
We passed it. We passed it back there.
Are you sure?
Hey, that's the place where you buy the computers.